Accounts, reports and inquiries. If we start by having a look at account inquiry, so it's under accounts and account inquiry. Using this program we can attach notes to the codes. We can also view the balance, the turnover and all the transactions entered against them. The latest transaction will be at the top and you can just scroll through to view them. If you want to narrow down what's selected at the bottom half of the screen, you can now put a transactions between date range in. So if we selected a month, so that's December, click on transactions, that will just show you December's transactions. You can also view it down further by using the type column. So if we just wanted to see receipts, for example, right click on type and choose the receipt option and it will just show you receipt transactions. If you want to view more information about that transaction, just double click on the asterisk column on the right hand side against that line. That will show you the details of it, and you can always use the change button down the bottom to change anything or reverse it out completely. It will show you the type, the fund code, the reference and the audit reference. This will show you the day book number if you've either printed them or stamped your transactions. The same sort of information can be extracted from the transaction list report. We go to accounts, reports and transaction list. We can make an account code selection, so we can do one particular account or range of accounts or all of them if we wish. So we choose bank account. Now we can put in a month or a date range perhaps. And we could also narrow it down by fund code, or if you leave it blank it will do all funds. You've also got some other choices here about whether to show a bank reconciliation reference, and then you can print or preview them. There's also a fund inquiry program, so this can be used to view the balances, turnover and transactions associated with a selected fund. Again, as before in normal inquiry, you can double click on the asterisk column to drill down into that transaction. Now let's have a look at the receipts and payments report. So it's under accounts, reports, receipts and payments, and you can print this report at any time. So you can do it either by fund columns or month columns. The fund columns report is easier to read if you want to display multiple fund balances on one report. Have a look at that. So you'd select the month you're interested in and the fund code you want to appear on the report, and these will show as separate columns. You can choose a detailed or summary report. A detailed report will show you a list of all the balances for each of the accounts under each of the report sections that we specified down here. The summary report will just show you the section headings with the consolidated balance. And we can choose whether we want to exclude zero values, have unrounded numbers and print the account codes. You can also include cash balances on the report if you wish as well. Now we need to choose the accounts that appear on the report. So you can choose particular sections or just click on include all if you want everything. You've also got the option to add running totals or a new page if you wish. Then you can print or preview that report. You can also store it. So you'd give it a template name. Then this can be recalled at any time using the stored reports facility. So if we enter in something here, and now if we go to stored reports, this will give me a list of all my reports I've stored in here. select the one we were interested in, click on Use, and it pings back the report criteria that we've saved, and you can just amend the month to the current month that you want to run the report for. It just saves you from entering the criteria in again. There's also a daily transaction list report. This will print the details of transactions either by effective date or log date, and you would choose your month or date selection here, and then you can narrow it down by fund code as before or leave it blank for all funds, and then you can either do it for all types, or if you're just searching for receipts, for example, just tick that box. And you can print or preview, and again you can store this if need be. If you want to see the complete details of your transactions, then you'd need to use a transaction audit list report. So again, you'd select your month or date range in here. Let's do a date range. Again, specify fund if you wish. And again, you can choose your type of transactions. If you are using daybooks, then you can put in a particular daybook report number here as well. The other useful facility is the Find option here. And this will give you a list of all the recent transactions for your particular user ID. So this can be useful if you can't remember if you've entered a particular transaction, maybe you got distracted. So the transactions shown here are in the order that you entered them in. However, this date is the effective date and not the log date. You can also find your transactions here based on a number of different criteria. So if you know the amount of a particular transaction, you could use that, or a reference. Type the reference in, click on Find. That will find that particular transaction for you.